As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live we turn on us. So yes.
A pleasant good night. Welcome to the
172nd edition, can you believe it, of As the Wheels Turn from beautiful Studio B in Pearl Boom.
Why you look for Bermuda landing?
You know why, Donis? Well, guess why?
Because it was such a wonderful weekend. I mean, I had a ton of fun. The food was delicious. Thanks for the invitement. But I'll talk more about it after we get started. But definitely a big thank you to that family. I really had a great time.
Yeah, we had a blast, for sure. But welcome, guys. Thank you again for joining us for another lovely show on a Thursday night. Thank you for taking out an hour and a half of your beautiful night to sit with us and talk cycling and a bunch of other fun stuff as well. Donis?
Yes, good night, folks. Thank you to all you beautiful fans who tune in every Thursday night to watch Bike Talk. We call it the Bike Talk. I mean, keeping cycling alive. I was watching a YouTube channel about how cycling is dying in America. I was surprised. I saw they had a discussion with the great Greg LeMond, and it is diminishing indeed with actually like with tours, because remember I had the Course Classic, the different kind of tours, but those don't exist anymore. They're only crit races.
Yeah, you had the Tour California for years,
right? Yeah,
where all the pros would come across. You had the Tour Utah as well,
right? Yeah.
So now, like you said, it's just crit races, and as we quite know, those are short, but they're fast, but it's not as drawn out as the as the road stage races, and also they don't pull the amount of pro cyclists, right? Top pros. So yeah.
He was even speaking about people don't really invest in cycling in the US like one time. So definitely BELIZE alive with cycling. Thanks to everyone who make it possible.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Andrew, we don't have that problem here.
No, it's grown here.
We almost race too much now. Like, is there off season, BELIZE?
I don't think so.
Especially for a master cyclist, right? That also race on the elite level. And that's why I had to take retire from elite, because it was just too many races.
Too much races.
Yeah,
indeed.
so it's crazy, but it's a good problem to have, I guess, right?
Yes, Yep. Yes, folks. Thank you all. I want to big up Mr. Kevin Logan again. Delicious food. Just now I'm hungry, so I have to take a quickly bite.
Nice.
Before we get started, of course, I'd like to start out with birthdays and death announcement. I have one death announcement to make. The young man, Mark Osher, who got killed over a relative of my relatives. So, we send condolence to the entire family and his passing. Yeah, you had a special...
Yes, is that it for your...
Well, that's only for that, but I could go on to the birthday. You want to mention about...
Yes, sure. So, unfortunately, George, you want to put a picture up? So, unfortunately, this handsome young man here, unfortunately, lost his life, passed on last night. He's a childhood friend, cousin, family member, like a brother to us, Andrew. He's always at all our functions, always helping out. You may have seen him.
I saw him.
Yeah, at the races.
Right.
He's always there. I think he was. I think he may have taken gas for you once. So, but unfortunately, he lost his life. He was involved in a road traffic accident, a hit and run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about a week and a half ago in the River Valley. Someone he was heading home from a job and on his motorcycle, and someone hit him off. Went off in the bushes, and he had some medical complications from that, Andrew, and he never really recovered. He succumbed to his injuries last night. So I got a call very late last night. You know, it was weighed heavily on my mind, obviously. You know, his name is Kenroy Reynolds. He's affectionately known as Benji.
Okay.
And that's Benji or Big Ben. That was his late grandfather's name. You know, who he reminds a lot of people of. But you know, one of the sweetest soul you'd ever think of. You know, nice guy, always willing to help, never say no. So I wanted to take this time and kind of honor him and say condolences to his entire family. You know, his common law wife, his daughter, the only daughter he has, and his other children as well. So Benji, you know, may your soul rest in peace. He loved to dance, so he's dancing upstairs with the angels and looking over his family. So after receiving that message last night, I decided to dedicate my race to him this morning. You know, obviously I'm pleased with the result, but I just wanted to go out there and ride hard because he's always there for me, always watching the show. He's always watching all the races. When you get a chance, he's out there servicing me as well. So he was very involved, you know, with cycling, and you know, I'll miss him a lot. And again, you know, condolences, and we're sending out love to his family. We'll keep everyone abreast as far as when the celebration of his life is being done, with all the wake and whatever the funeral arrangements are. So once again, wish his family all the best in this very difficult time for them.
Yeah, well, from my family, I want to express deep condolences to the family and you, the sudden loss. Like we said, we're here today, gone tomorrow.
Yep.
We question why such a great human being, but like we said, the Lord had big things for him. So may he rest in peace and rise in glory. And you know, thanks. We have to say thanks for the short time he was here with us, and gave much of his life now. So.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things, like we always say, in these circumstances, the only thing that's certain is death.
Yep.
And the other thing is too that God doesn't make mistakes, right? There's always a reason behind everything, and you know, perhaps his family needed an angel to look after them, and that's the conversation that I had with his daughter today. Obviously, she was taking it really difficult, and I said, you know, perhaps God had, you know, greater plans for him. So again, you know, with that being said, you know, all we can do is cherish every moment that we have. You know, live today like it's gonna be your last
day.
last day, and then you show maximum love and respect to everyone that you encounter, because you never know, right? That might be your last interaction with them. So I always encourage that, right? To be happy, be joyous, and be positive.
Yeah. So move on to birthday greetings. I want to wish Mr. John Bolan, I call him Admiral John Bolan. He's the father of our superstar cyclist who used to ride, Joel Bolan. We want to wish you happy birthday, sir. We want to wish Mr. Mark Wagner from Griga.
Okay.
Mark Wagner, happy birthday to you, sir. Charles Jones, former cyclist. Happy birthday, Charles Jones.
Nice.
A very popular cycling supporter, Miss Joycelyn Lopez out of Belmopan. She the Valvoline all the way. Support cycling, always follow all alive.
Nice.
Happy birthday to Miss Joycelyn. And a young lady from Griga, Lachey Casamiro. She turns 25. She is the daughter of one of our very popular cycling fan too, Kush International Barbershop down south. So good night, my brother, and you know, happy birthday to your daughter, 25 years young. Yeah, I think that's it for birthday greetings. Oh, you said
So Miss Melissa Kittle. You guys know her very well. If you follow cycling, she was always around cycling, supporting her kind of adopted son, Henry Lee.
Okay.
So, Melissa Kittle, enjoy your birthday, which is today. We're sending you greetings from As the Wheels Turn. Also, Jose Juan Cuellar Samos. He's out of Chetumal.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so he is. If you remember, Juan Cuellar used to come here and race, the dad. And this is the son. So his birthday is also today, which is March 13th. Happy birthday. We have Beris McNeil, who was yesterday. Huge fan of all the races. Beris is always watching those races. Tamika Wade, my niece. Happy birthday to her. Her birthday was yesterday. And I think... Oh, Michael Catus. How can we forget Mike Catus? That's,
Chicago?
that's the uncle, yeah.
Okay.
The uncle of Kaya Catus and Brandon Catus. So his birthday was 2 days ago, March 11th. Happy birthday, Mike. I believe that's it.
Last week I missed my niece, Janine Dawson.
Okay.
Celebrated her birthday. So Janine, happy birthday to you. Better be late than never.
March, our next big birthday month, it looked like, right?
Yeah.
I didn't think we have a lot. We didn't have a lot for February, right? Well, March seems to be.
Yeah, pretty busy with birthday greetings.
Yeah.
And remember, folks, please send Mr. Donis or Mr. D. Wade remind us of your birthday so we could give us birthday greetings, because life is so busy. Sometimes I didn't get a chance. So what some of my messages?
Yeah. With that being said, we missed Dylan Levy.
Okay, that's it.
His birthday was last week, so Dylan, big up yourself. Happy birthday to you, man. Great up and coming cyclist. So good luck on this weekend's Belmopan Classic.
So I think that's it for birthday.
Rick Castillo.
Okay. Yes, Rick.
Oh, can you forget Rick?
Yes, you know something?
I saw him today, actually.
Yes, Rick birthday. You know something?
When was his birthday? Is it today?
I think Rick birthday is. I'm not sure what I did, but I know Rick birthday because I had it. Actually, what happened? I forget my stuff at home, and the rush will come up here, and I had to tell Lex, and then I got all the information. So yes, happy birthday to my driver and my cousin Rick Castillo. Big up yourself all the time.
The Zoom driver.
The Zoom driver. The man that have put my life in his hand. Yeah. So big birthday greetings to you, Rick. Yeah. So we have what, 2 races to report on. I know a group of riders from the Antonimala Digi Alliance travel across the Mexican border to Merida.
We have the details on that race. You want to start there first?
Go ahead, yeah.
All right, excellent. So we had Team Antonimala Digi Alliance who traveled to Merida, Andrew, for a race on Sunday, namely Byron Pope, their team captain. We had the team leader, who is Carlton Robinson. We had Gorian Gabriel, and we also had Fernando Rosado. So those guys made the trek over to Merida to race, and that's good, right? Getting some international competition before some of the big dances here.
All right.
Definitely, it's gonna up their game. So they took part in a race that was 94 miles, 94.1 miles, Andrew. It had some climbs in it. I was talking to Byron earlier, and he said it had some climbs, so the average was right around 24 miles an hour for 94 miles, and there was a break. And the final break was of 7 guys, of which we had, Belize had 2 guys in there, Carlton Robinson and Goran Gabriel were in the break. And when the dust settled, it looks like there was just a little bit too many Zoros team members, and they won the race, first place. They also got second, so they came 1-2. However, Carlton got third from that break. Alan Carrillo was fourth, and then another guy, we don't have his name, but he's also Mexican as well. He was fifth, and Gorian Gabriel was sixth. Andrew, 10th place was Byron Pope. So we had 3 out of 4 guys in the top 10. And Fernando Rosado was 15th, so top 20. And there were 85 riders
Okay, so we
in
got
that field. So the guys made a pretty good account of themselves. Riding as a team, obviously, walked away with a couple thousand pesos for their hard work in Mexico. And like I said, it's a good preparation to be racing against, some other competition that's, somewhat maybe a little bit higher level than Belize. So that's going to prepare those guys, for the intensity when they get back here for this weekend. And then I think they're preparing more for cross country. So congratulations to those folks. Hopefully when these big races come up, they can, more teams can participate in those races. The name of that race was Mega Media, the Mega Media Cycling Classic of Merida.
and that was a nice race. The miles, you said what? It's about 90 miles.
Yeah, 94 miles.
94 miles. So the guys are going to put in training anyway, so
Yeah.
they get any legs
Yeah,
on the field of
Yep.
international competition.
definitely. Yeah, 94. Let me see if we have the elevation
You
here.
may say the average, right? Average?
Yeah,
Okay.
the average was close to 24 miles an hour.
That's something like cross country, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the average, so pretty fast
Yeah,
race.
and it was decent amount of elevation, almost 3,000 feet. Yeah, so cross country is about 3,200 in elevation with the rolling hills, and according to Byron, they had a decent enough climb there, too. So it was a good race. It seems like a good race and good preparation, like I said, for for the upcoming big races here in Belize, namely the cross country.
Yep. So that's it for the race that our Belizean riders from the Anthony Mala DJ Alliance took part in. So congrats again, guys. Great race. So we move on to this morning, Thursday race. George, you want to put up some results there, some pictures?
Right there, so.
So this morning race, it was the 186.
I believe so.
186 edition of this race. Every Thursday, religiously, Mr. Guns have this race. And folks, good news. My co-host double dip, but like the man said this morning, he had extra drive. Thinking about his good friend who passed away, and he had to ride his heart out for that person. D. Wade, first place. Second was Darren Anderson. Third, Joshua Rivas. Fourth, Stephen Jurgensen, aka the Mike Man. All right, so D. Wade rides for BZ Boys first. Second, Darren Anderson rides for Bundle of Joy. Joshua Rivas, I think he rides unattached, right? I don't think he have no team. Stephen Jurgens rides for Team Stinners. Hyro Campos rides for Whatever Boys. Charles Leslie rides in 6th place, rides for Aleph and Sons. 7th place, Kenroy Smokes Gladden rides for SPD/Culture. 8th place, Warren Cowie rides for Team Santinos. 9th, Alvan Gillett rides for SPD/Culture. And Wendell Vernon, aka Skinny, rounding out the top position, rides for Team Stinners. And the top 3 in the B category. First was put it up from in the B category. D. Wade was first, BZ Boys. Second was Warren Cowie, Team Santinos, and third was Red Bull. Red Bull name, what was his name? Alex Pratt. Alex Pratt, aka Red Bull, rides for Team Stinners. And in the A category, D. Wade was first, BZ Boy second. Darren Anderson rides for Bundle of Joy, and third, Joshua Rivas. So D. Wade double dip this morning. The very exciting race. I actually wake up later and I saw the finishing of it. You guys got away, about four of you guys got away?
Yeah, pretty much from the start, actually. Maybe a mile into the race, we started the break, and I just kind of encouraged you guys to rotate and kept the pace high. Like I said, I wanted to ride hard. I wasn't worried about the results at the honestly. I wasn't worried about station prices, nothing. I just wanted to just ride my bike, you know, and just ride it out as hard as I can. So, you know, I was pushing the pace quite a bit, and before you know it, we opened up, you know, 40-second gap. It was in 50-second, probably was over a minute, and we just rolled. I told the guys no sprinting for station prices because I want to keep the pace up. We were averaging well over 25 miles an hour at the turnaround point, and it dropped just a bit under 25. So we averaged 24.8 in a 23 miles race.
Okay.
That's pretty, you know, pretty impressive for, you know, for a small field. You know, basically it's 4 of us that rode a race, and it showed that when the guys cooperate, you know, we can all get better. Because, you know, we shared the station prizes. Everyone got a station prize today. You know, it was like 4 station prizes. There's 4 guys. Let's not be greedy. Because if we start sprinting, then guys will not want to work, and, you know, it'll be just a mess, right? And like I said, so you know, everyone, you know, did well. Darian Anderson was strong this morning. The Mike man who actually started the break, he rode very well. Steven Jorgensen, and also Joshua Rivas. He rode very well. I guess he's training with Jairo Campo, and those guys are on a program and a schedule. So it shows that when there's structure, you know, guys will you know, riding well. Josh just needs a little bit more experience, and he's going to start winning races. You know, obviously, you know, he's a young guy. We'll see him up at the elite level, you know, competing for a top 10 position. But it was great this morning. Like I said, I just wanted to ride hard. I wasn't worried about, you know, the results. And coming down to the end, Steven Jorgensen kind of jumped out, and I was just being patient, Andrew. And I knew that the only guy there that could, you know, potentially beat me was Darian, and both him and I were doing a lot of work, right? So I didn't care, you know, if he had won the race, it would be fine with me. You know, I'd still win B, so I had B locked up anyway. So I'm like, I'm patient, right? So I just waited for Darian, and Josh went to close Steven Jorgensen. He didn't quite have it. Darian jumped out. I'm like, okay, that's my opportunity. So I jumped with Darian, but Darian had a little mechanical, you know, early in the sprint. He recovered, and I still had enough patience to say he recovered, and I was watching, he's aggressive, right? So I still let him stay in front, and, you know, I kind of rode his wheel, and it was just, I think it was just at the end, you know, I passed him. So that's kind of how cycling is, right?
Well, after the joke, he dropped by the shop and he said, "Don't please check my bike, sir, what happened to it?" I said, Darren, listen to me. Make sure your machine in a great shape. Darren, big chain ring, they're like shark. So he will have failure. So if Darren not address that, he had definitely have bigger problems. So I tell Darren, please change the crank or the chain ring, because the large chain ring. So that's one thing. Next thing when we have to have Lee Tech Talk.
Sure.
What I noticed on a lot of cyclists that are racing in Belize, their equipments are not up to par. When you race, your equipment, you could get away with just like the social ride or the Sunday ride, you get away with your bike not working when you, but when you race and you have to jump out the high speed, whatever, you will have failure if your equipments are not when you, and exactly he had failure because I showed him how a new chain ring look and his one, and then he said, oh, he didn't realize that. So the chain is good, the cassette is good, but the large chain ring is pretty worn down.
Wow.
And so when it jump, it will disengage. It will jump. And so, you know, I always ask cyclists, please guys, you know, take care of the machine once in a race a total from just a recreation riding. So it's just something I have to get out there.
Yeah. Perhaps, Andrew, you know, I mean, that's a great point. Perhaps, you know, you can talk about that a little bit more in detail, you know, in future shows, because we see it over and over in races, you know. It's something that I'm afraid of, that, you know, I know what I do to my bike and how I take care of my bike, right? Obviously, you know, cycling is an expensive sport, so it is what it is, but guys, honestly, I mean, your bike has to be in especially the drivetrain. The drivetrain and tires, the contact points. Yep. Very, very essential, right? You can get away with probably like a loose seat post or, you know what I'm saying, like maybe the levers are not, you know, you don't have the right hoods on the levers, things like that you can get away with. But when it comes to contact points, which are your pedals, like you said, your drivetrain, your chain has to be good in good condition. Your cassette has to be in good condition. Your tires, you imagine you get a blowout, right? I mean, in the race before this one, the last weekend, or was it the weekend before? But we had mechanical as well, and that rider went down, and it was due to mechanical, it was a chain slip. So we need to be very, very careful of that. But again, I didn't realize that Darren had a problem with his bike because he rode strong today. It was just, I guess, when he applied pressure, and he got up, and I think that's what caused the slippage. It happened early in the sprint, so he recovered. But I think that kind of, he used up a lot of legs there.
Right.
And I was patient enough to stay behind him. But it was a great race. Like I said, I wasn't concerned about the win. You know, it worked out in our favor, but I just rode hard for Benji and dedicated that win to him. So it was a good event.
Congrats again, D.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate
I have
it.
to ring the bell for that.
Yeah. I did it for Benji on the show.
Yes, man. Yes, man. So, D, that's racing these are the two races we report on. So we have this weekend coming up. We have Saturday. We have the Oceana ride coming up. Ride for the reef coming up.
So that's alright.
Yeah, it's a recreation ride. This is where people go up on beach cruiser if you want. You could ride you could ride on a whole bike on this if you want, because it's just a social ride. It's not a racing.
Is that when Mr. Rosada had?
No, this is a reef ride.
Yeah, this
It's
is
Oceana.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
Oceana.
So it's March 15th. That's a Saturday. It starts in Belmopan at the steps of the National Assembly Building and end at Memorial Park in Belize City. Start time 6 a.m. So you can register at the email address there, Oceana. So
is there a cost of registration? And are you going to use that for like refreshments and things like
I
that?
think there is a cost. You could go to the Oceana page and check out information.
Okay. Excellent. So guys, it's something that I kind of want to encourage riders to do, more of these social rides. Obviously, with the Belmopan Classic being on
the following day.
On the following day, we don't expect the guys to do the entire ride, but perhaps, maybe some of the guys that lives up there can ride and stretch their legs a little bit just before the race.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll ride anyways before the race, right? The morning, and it starts early enough where they can do that. For example, like us down here, we would probably ride up and
pathway.
Yeah, meet the race. Somewhere around Cheers or mile 30 something. But it's a great opportunity to actually ride with some of our fans. The guys that are racing. Some of those other folks that are just recreational cyclists, they definitely enjoy watching the live stream donuts. And I always enjoy to actually get out there and do social rides. And I think I want to encourage, like I said, more cyclists, more of the elite cyclists, and also the club guys to participate in these rides. And it's kind of a way to give back as well, right? To make these folks' event successful. So I look forward to registering for that ride and joining those folks and chatting up a little bit on a ride.
Mr. Singh, answering your question, the race is run by the Cycling Federation, and I get no call yet from them to see, but I'm on standby to see what will happen. With free races, we normally announce long ahead of time, but once that any race run by the Cycling Federation, they call a shot, so we just have to sit and wait.
Yeah. I think he might be referring to the reef.
No, Mr. Singh was asking about the about streaming for the Belmopan race.
Okay.
Okay. No, we're not live stream social ride.
Yeah.
Some
folks are gonna go live.
Yeah, some folks will go live and doing anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that race, or you want to wait till we come back for break. But we have you might have a few other races coming up at the end of the month. You want to show that quick before we take break?
Yeah. So there's a race. There's a race that George's gonna put on the screen. It's the Crooked Tree.
What, Tilapia? The Tilapia?
Tilapia Fest.
Right now, guys. My apologies. There we go. Right here.
I want to go eat some Tilapia. So Tilapia and Bird Fest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the Tilapia and Bird Fest. As we know that Crooked Tree is known for two things, right? Tilapia and birds. So the bird watching there is great. Having the lagoon right there. There's a lot of bird tours and a lot of tourists goes up there for that reason. So it's called the Tilapia and Bird Fest 2025. It's March 29th, guys. So come out and have some fun. There'll be all the food that you can enjoy during the day. Fireheart tilapia dishes. There'll be games like tug and war. Tilapia King and Queen dance. That should be exciting, Donis. Dance competition, 4x4 mud competition as well. There's also a kids zone, so they're probably gonna have like bouncy house and all that fun stuff. And in the night, Donis will be jamming to Super Furia Band.
Okay.
Donis and Miss Debs, right? Host of DJs, but March 30th, the morning, we'll have a race. And that's sponsored by the Crooked Tree Cycling Classic, Andrew. It's for categories local and A and B. So got some decent prizes too. So categories local female, must be from the village of Crooked Tree, Andrew. First place trophy, $50 cash and $25 cash. That first place cash prize is being donated by D Wade and BZ Boys. Then we have local male, again from the village or not currently racing. So you cannot be racing in any clubs at all. No club racing, no CFB racing. If you race once, you're not qualified. So this is for a novice, like village riders. First place, a trophy and $100 cash bonus. Second place, trophy and $75 cash, and perhaps a plate of tilapia. And then category A. So this is for the club riders. First place, trophy $150. Second place, trophy $100. Third place, trophy $50. Fourth, trophy $25. B category, first place, trophy $100. Second, trophy $75. Third place, trophy and $50. So that's nice. I'm not sure why they went top 4 and not top 5 in the A category.
Well, I spoke to Nigel and he said, Andrew, some of the prizes will bump up by the time of the race.
Yeah.
If you get more sponsors, these are definite prizes, but I spoke to Nigel and he said definitely the prize will be bumped up.
Excellent. And we plan on having Nigel and also the one of the guys from the village council, right? And who's planning this stuff here, Mr. John Gillett. So
John, they will be in the studio.
Yeah, we plan on having them the week before the race to discuss, more details. And so again, guys, if you wanna sponsor any of the cash prizes, you can definitely reach out to these folks. Nigel Alvarado would be a great contact for that. Reach out to Andrew or myself, and we can put you guys in touch with those folks. But definitely, this was exciting last year. You were up there, right?
Yes. Well,
for the race.
No, the race where I got father recently had.
Oh, okay.
Good Friday, but I hope they don't have Good Friday this year because I'm going to church Good Friday. So if they want to have a race, they may have to have it early, hold it Thursday morning. But I can't do on Good Friday race. So,
this might be replacing it though.
Okay, well, perfect, man, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm not sure, but I think so.
Yeah, all right, perfect. Yeah.
But it sounds like a great event.
It will be a great event. Yeah.
And I'm happy to be a donor of some prizes. So like if you guys want to donate prizes, all the trophies are already being sponsored by someone, but the cash prizes, you're definitely willing to reach out to us and see how we can help facilitate that. I'm sure they'll probably throw in some station prizes as well. So let's make it a nice event for the Crooked Tree Cycling Club.
All right, great. Yeah. And that's it. Do we have any other thing?
So with that, we'll take a break, Andrew.
We'll take a break, and when we return, I'll talk about my time in Sunday, and then we chat about the upcoming West Truck annual Belmopan Cycling Classic and other races. And we know that the big cross country is coming up. We know the what the race name, Rumble in the Tropics. So yes, we take a break and we'll come back. We'll chat some more.
And
I'm here to say, hear me now. This is a soul fire production. Soul fire production. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night at 6:30. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live with Turtle. So yes, I sit and watch as the wheel turns. My bike is where I get my thrill. Up and down, riding through the hills. I have no fear as I climb and change my gear. Through the valley so steep, now we on the street. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night at 6:30. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live with Turtle. So yes.
Welcome back, cycling fans and supporters. I must say, this past Sunday, we got invited to the Wade Farm in Bermudan Landing, and we had a ball. We almost reached late because we had, you tell we say come early because you have traffic jam at the bridge. And when we reached the bridge, so said there was a traffic jam. And I tell him, man, please, I need to reach at the Wade Farm because we want to race fast. But we get just by the when I like said by the skin of teeth.
Skin of teeth.
Skin of teeth, yeah. So we reach and I want to do a leave live. I do a small live, but I catch the way because by the time I jump out of the car and everything, boom, the canoes in the past. But the was a beautiful day. I must say that I enjoyed every moment of it. The fire hat, fried fish and fried jack and the beans. I mean, you know, one of my Balek Logan say, stop the bossy and just stop the bossy, but put up on the spot. Who really make that onion sauce?
That's me, sir.
Well, I hope I could get a bottle of onion sauce. So I promise to bring one on the show tonight. Forgive me, right?
I did, right? Yeah. We have to make good on that promise.
Yeah, but I had a ton of fun, and I want to thank you from my family. We all were there. It felt like home, like you know, you amongst genuine friends who, you know, everybody else share the love. And I tell you, boy, village life or the life, boy. You know, away from the city, all the hustle and bustle and the violence or whatever, and just to sit around eating, drinking. And the thing is, constantly bring food. Do you want this? You want it or whatever? So I feel like king and all, right? Because I've made something to come to my table, and you know, we really had a whole heap of fun. Your family and all your friends, you know, treated us like royalties, and so we want to express how thankful we are to get the invite and, you know, be amongst the family and chatting, and you know, people come and talk to me and they say, Mr. Dolson, know you, man. We watch all the races, me that so and so, whatever, and then you make us say, boy, you don't realize that so much people pay attention and notice thing, right? This lady come and say, he said, me that so and so, man. He said, I always watch the show and things like so,
nice.
and the races. So, you know, definitely. Thanks, man. Had a real great time.
Yeah. No, you're welcome, Andrew. You know, you, Miss Debs, George, Lex, the wives, everyone was there.
Boy, the grandbabies had fun.
The kids
Boy, they had
running
fun.
around. George was busy. George was. I didn't know if George got a chance to enjoy himself like he wanted to, but someone have to do that, right?
Yeah.
But that was fun. You guys are part of the family. Everyone that was there was like family. So, it was just fun to, again it was another opportunity. By the Wade family to give back, and this time was to La Ruta Maya. We were giving back in honor of our mom. Miss Bernice Wade.
Yeah, you gave some nice prizes indeed.
Yep, we gave some station prizes.
Who won those, Dee?
Yeah, it was 4 station prizes, Andrew, in 4 different categories, right? So boat number 27 in the male category was Memory Loan Global. Won that station prize. Boat number 32 in the Masters, Adia again. Boat number 11 in the female Sisters Paddlers, and boat number 5 in the mixed category was Lucas Oil, and those are the winners at the Wade's Farm. So congratulations to those folks. Also congratulations goes out to the overall winner who came from behind in the last stage, and that's Guava Lim.
Slim and trim like Guava Lim.
Yes, those guys three-peated.
Yeah.
Third time in a row. That's amazing.
Yeah. I think your family, your wife and sister-in-law, they give a prize for the all-female where which boom first, right?
Yeah, correct. And that was given in memory of Miss Elsa Fraser, and that was at the finish for the female category. I didn't get the winner of that, so unfortunately I cannot announce the winner. But it was good to for those folks to give back as well. So. Yeah, but again, a great event, Andrew. I'd like to, give a little shout recognition to some folks who helped us greatly that day. One being Brother J.
Yes, the chef.
Yes, Hubert Johnson saved the day, and he actually took over the fire heart, and that guy was amazing. His wife, Miss Melva, was amazing as well. The young lady that was frying the fried jack, Miss Shireen. Banner, she was amazing as well, helping us out. I had my sister-in-law there, Tracy, Linda, who was amazing, did a fantastic job. Mr. John Gillett and his wife, Indira, they did a phenomenal job as well, helping us out. And the list just goes on, but those are the folks that was kind of on the front line, taking care of everything else. Oh, and I can't forget our farm guy there, Jose.
But he made it on the go. He made it on the move.
Jose is the man. So Jose, and obviously, all my brothers and my sister who helped put this thing together. And a huge shout out to the #1 freight company in Belize and international, Belizean Queen Freight. And they were there, and they made a significant donation as well to the station prizes. And we're looking forward next year, Andrew, to do it even bigger and better. And like I was saying, you and your family will be a part of this now. So it's not just an invitation. You're actually going to be a part of this, and you can bring your friends, and we'll plan it together. And I want to get some more of our folks involved in this as well. The folks from the cycling crowd. I know Miss Reitz was there one year. We need to get her back out there. And a bunch of other folks. So we'll just make this a huge celebration. Take us for 1 weekend away from cycling and just enjoy some village life, right?
Yes.
So thanks again.
Well, this is things that look like I love village life, but I basically grew up on village. I grew up village life, because when I'm small, we may have to chop firewood, because that's the way we had fire hard. You have to chop firewood, go pull the firewood and chop it. So when I say firewood and the fire hard, it really bring back memories and sweet memories, because those were the days when you know about nothing, no crime. You just everything make from fire hard, fish fry. Yeah.
Miss Dawson is ready for round 2.
Round 2, all right, good, Miss Dawson. You have to show up.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed growing up. Because of all grandfather farm, great grandfather farm, right at 8 miles Ohio farm and fire hard. We had fire hard at home, so but. Awesome, Dee.
It's just so peaceful, Andrew. I mean, obviously we had a big crowd back there, but typically, I mean, it's just so peaceful just to get away. A lot of times, I ride my bike, I race, and racing is very competitive. Sometimes, there's things that you get into that you're not really excited about. You just want to get away, and I just go up there for a few hours and just relax,
Yep.
and that I can get right back to like base, right? Ground zero, I call it, and be able to function again. So that's kind of what we love, just the peacefulness of it.
Yes,
So
man.
thanks again to everyone that showed up, and thanks greatly to all the folks who contributed and helped in any way they could. So thank you.
Yeah, this weekend, the big West Truck annual Belmopan Cycling Classic comes up.
44th edition, right?
I think that's yeah. George, maybe you could put up a poster for that. The West Truck 44th edition. I think 44th.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. So West Truck Purgard presents the 44th annual Belmopan Cycling Classic. But one fan not happy at all. One fan from Belmopan say, if I name Belmopan Classic, why they finish the city? He prefer me finish the one of my good friend. He not happy with that. He said, no man, this race will start the Belmopan and finish the Belmopan. This is the Belmopan Annual Cycling Classic. Make it finish the Belmopan. So he know who he is as he put up on Facebook page, and the man not happy about they have different categories. I know that the elite travels from West Truck by the Chetamal Boulevard to Belmopan and make its way back, finish there. The junior travel to mile 30 Democracia and back, all starting in the same spot. And the girls there, the youth girls there, will turn at Rockville. So starts at the West Truck, Chetamal Boulevard, and head to Rockville and back. And so those are the events. I want to ask you, what a race like this for cyclists that will be taking part in the whole Saturday race? I mean, I know this. We normally say this is one kind of measuring stick to see where they are in condition, and maybe I want to ask you a few questions like, what should a team that is looking for result in other races coming up? What should a team go out and do to see where they are in both the domestic and the leaders? So maybe you could say a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So the Belmopan Classic is actually a great race leading up to the Holy Saturday Cross Country, in my opinion. It's 100 miles thereabouts, right? So it's only 36 miles shy of the cross country. 36 miles is about roughly an hour and a half, right? So you're thinking, almost there, right? So this is a good race to kind of test your strategy, team strategy. Perhaps as far as depending on what you want to do, you want to control the race. If you have a really strong team, you want to control the race. Make sure that you perhaps put a couple of riders in the break. Things of that nature. You want to make sure that you're tweaking your team chemistry. The guys that are domestique, making sure they understand their role, whether they're going to go back and get refreshments for the other riders. But typically, talking to some of some of our legends, typically, Andrew, what you notice that guys that performed well in Belmopan Classic typically perform well in the big dance. I talked to Charlie about this, Charlie Lewis, who won 3 cross countries, and he said because his target race was cross country, he happened to ride all the Belmopan Classics leading up to cross country very well, and he ended up winning a few of those races as well, right? Because he was in great condition, looking forward to peaking. Because this is a race, if cross country is your main race, that's your target race for the year, as the leader of a team, you don't want to peak for Belmopan Classic because you're still a month out, right? So you want to be coming into Belmopan Classic in decent enough form, but then doing your fine tuning and maybe your last motor pace session and stuff like that within the last month leading up to the Holy Saturday Cross Country. So it'll be an exciting race. A lot of the guys are, training. They're in great condition. So it'll be a fast race, and it'll be exciting.
Awesome. I know I missed something. So George, maybe I could put up a picture with, and if you still have it, with George Abraham I see a question being asked just now. George Abraham, Miss Vicky called me and told me George is heading to Chatamal tomorrow to do a checkup.
Oh, really? Okay.
So she will give me some details. So George still making slow recovery. This Sunday, the 16th, then have an extra raffle. Contact Miss Vicky. Great prizes again. So contact Miss Vic and get those. I use the Bolido
Okay.
for Sunday. So just have to throw that in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is, too, Andrew, one of the things that you really want to dial in this race is nutrition.
Right.
You know, because that's what play a very important role in a cross country. So this is a great race to, like, you know, test out that strategy as far as you know, how you're hydrating, what you're hydrating with, what's working well, you know, how often you need to eat and replenish your you know, your calories and nutrients. So that's another good thing to work on if you're with these teams. So going into cross country, you should be well prepared for that distance. When I say prepared for the distance and for the journey, I mean from a training perspective, from a team strategy perspective, and also you know, from a just the mileage and how you're going to ride the race, right? So Belmopan Classic would be that final kind of test where you're testing out those things, and then you should be executing well come Holy Saturday.
I know that there's a week one. There's a race the following weekend. We'll talk more about that next week. The Rumble in the Tropics. But that race, there won't be a lot of climbing. I don't recall if they have any race where just before the cross country we have, because I know the races start the Malante Junction. I think he head towards the Hummingbird Highway, make a right onto the Hummingbird Highway, come through Belmopan and head back to Belize. You'll be somewhere around 90 miles or so too. But that have a lot of climbing. How that race will help the guys for the whole Saturday race though?
Yeah, well, I think it's still far out. So I think it's a good race for, you know, leading up to the cross country, because it's going to be what, the 23rd?
Right, the 23rd.
So I think 23rd of March cross country is what, the 19th?
19th, right.
The 19th. So you're looking at almost a month.
So
right?
they have, yeah, a lot of
so that's fine. That's fine, because even if you're doing training, you still want to kind of do some, you know, rolling hills, and I think the race, whoever did that course, was very thoughtful, because actually going through the Hummingbird is much better preparation for cross country than like going like
just up and down.
Like going, yeah, exactly, like going through maybe Pine Ridge or San Antonio. So that's actually, you know, I kind of, you know, approve that route, and I think it's going to do the guys. It's going to help them prepare better for the cross country, definitely. Be able to push their body a little bit harder through those rolling hills. But that should be a nice race, and I spoke to Anthony today, and he said he's hoping to come in the studio next Thursday.
Who's that?
Honorable.
Oh, awesome,
Anthony
awesome!
Mala.
I would love to have yes.
Yes.
So please come in, Mr. Mala, so we could really big up this race. Did they have a flyer for the race already or not?
I haven't seen one. So hopefully this week we can
get a flyer.
that, right?
Yeah, so I could share that on my page.
But yeah, he's committed to being here on next Thursday. So
Okay, great.
That should be exciting.
All right, so
And since he's the title sponsor for that race.
So I think every week after this we'll have guests on the show.
Perfect.
Because you know the junior cross country is coming up, the women cross country come up, the big whole such a cross country, and then I said the guy they will come into John and when he's supposed to come in the following week, right?
John.
Closer to John.
Oh, yes.
We know I have the major teams, and it's no secret. Some people, so I know some fans really love their rider, but if you are not part of a major team like G-Flow, Valvoline, Antelmala, DJ Alliance, they're the three biggest team actually. But one guy where say maybe, well, we know we have a UTR budget on a small team. What should the top rider for one of the smaller teams, how can they get a good result running amongst these the big giants, the big teams? Eh?
Yeah. So Andrew, that's a great question, and you know, here's the thing. You know, maybe I'm a little prepared to answer that question because I ride, you know, solo quite a bit. But the key thing is to understand the competition, right? So you have to be very strategic about it. You have to write these things down, and you have to look at each team and see who the team leaders are, right? Let's say, for example, we'll go to G Flow. Your leaders there are JION Gonzalez and Derek Chavarria Jr., right? I mean, I'm sorry, Derek Chavarria. We should know this. We go to Valvoline. Who's your leader there? Oscar Quiroz. You go to Anthony Mala, Digi Alliance. You have Carlton Robinson, you have Gorian Gabriel, and you can never underestimate Byron Pope, right? He's last year's, or 2 years ago, winner of the Belmopan Classic. So, in my opinion, guys like Dijon Hyde from Rolling Shutters, that's one of the guys on a smaller team, not very, you know, the team is not very strong. You know, you have Dijon Hyde, and you have
Giovanni Lovell from Lovell Cycling.
Correct, Giovanni Lovell. You got Dijon Hyde. You have Rojas. Delton Rojas, you have
Nation Isigiri
from Budget, you have Brandon Morgan from Shutters as well, Rolling Shutters. You have Kent Gabriel from SPD. We have guys like Philip Leslie. So for those guys, what it's going to take is great preparation on the road, training. They have to be training as hard as the top guys, right? So they have to be in phenomenal condition. And the reason is because they want to move where those guys move. So if you follow those guys, so I just called out about what, 5, 6 guys, and out of those 5 or 6 guys, I guarantee you 4 of those guys will be on the podium, right? Or right around the podium.
Right.
So if you are in great physical condition, which is going to take, and you follow that wave with those guys, you know, you should be getting some good results. And without a team, or if you're riding maybe just on a touch, and you're able to grab a top 10 in a Belmopan Classic, I mean, I think you've done well, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's the strategy, and I'm doing this. You know, if I was a younger elite cyclist, not on any team, I mean, that would have been my strategy, is to train, be in phenomenal condition, make sure I have my refreshments set up and all that, and then just basically move with those top players.
And therefore educate cycling fans. They watch a race and they have an idea about the cyclists, about little, small things they don't pay attention to. Like we were talking about big teams. So when the guys have the domestic, the Carlton Robinson, the Oscar, the JION Gonzalez. When you have a smaller team or a personal ride alone, when it comes to getting refreshment, getting servicing, normally you have to drop back to get your, especially one day like Whole Saturday, no vehicle coming inside of you.
Sure.
So you have to drop back, get your stuff and return back. Now the bigger teams, they have the domestic way and go back and bring friends, so they don't have to waste energy. But when you have to take, and maybe you can explain to the fans too, when a rider have to drop out of a group and then guys go 28, 30 miles an hour, and you have to leave that when the feed zone open up and go back for your refreshments to make it back just to get on in the slipstream of those riders. What does that take out of a cyclist? And maybe you could, you know, some people say, well, boy, you and a man, you have the same power like a man, but how you make the man beat you? And maybe you could explain to them, make them really understand how this thing works.
Well, that's really difficult, and that's what I said, Andrew, about the planning and strategy. So the conditioning, definitely the conditioning, but then the strategy, the planning, being smart about planning out your race, that'd be the difference. Because, you know, let's say, for example, for me, again, you know, I ride by myself a lot. You know, I have won the big masters races when, you know, amongst teams that have several team members. And one of my strategies that I do, and I've done this in cross country as well, I have set up service spots along the road.
Okay.
You know, so I set those up along the road. So, and I'll start with as much stuff that I can carry. So I'll start off with, you know, 4 to 6 sandwiches, I'll start off with 2, and I don't use the regular bottles. I'll use for cross country. You'll use the bigger bottles. The 750 ml or more. So you want to start off with 2 of those. You start off with maybe a small bag of water in your back pocket, and your pockets should be filled with everything you need. Everything you need for the journey as far as food should be in your pocket. You should not rely on any servicing for that, because here's the problem. You'd have to be thinking about getting that instead of just going in the back. And all those little things play a major role, right? So you don't want to run out of food, you want to run out of nutrition. As far as fluids, so those 2 bottles, typically you want to drink a bottle every 30 minutes, right? Every 30 minutes you want to drink a bottle. So you think about a race like cross country, that's what, 5 hours? You think about 10, 12 bottles, right, for that race. You can only start out with 2 bottles. So now you have to be strategic. So a couple of things, you have to pay attention. So you're riding and pay attention to people handing out water on the side of the road, don't it? So in between your stations that you have set up, right, you want to grab as much of those water as possible. Take a sip. Even if you're not thirsty, just take a sip, throw it away. So those are the things that's gonna help unattached rider or a rider that's on a small team. Those are the things that's gonna help them survive, and not only survive but be able to compete.
Right.
Whereas your Oscar Quiros and your Derek Chavarria and Javier Gonzalez and those guys, they don't have to worry about that, because whoever the domestique is, I don't know, maybe Gorin will go back, maybe Fernando Rosado will go back, Atlee or whoever else will go back and keep those guys as fresh as possible. So that's very, very key, and it takes a lot of planning. Like I said, on that route, you just need to set up people on the route with their bottles. You throw away your bottle and you grab another bottle. But typically, rule of thumb is about 1 bottle for every half hour in a race.
So that bottles?
Yeah, you're a minimum of 10 bottles for cross country, easily. But between those bottles, like I said, because you might miss a bottle here or there, you want to make sure you're grabbing the ideal bags from the side of the road. So that's how I survive. I've ridden 5 cross country donuts. I finished 5. I've been in the 20s a couple of times, and I've never had to go back for any water. I just strategically set up my race like that, and it worked out well. And like I said, I see guys starting races with maybe just 2 gels in their pockets. We see that all the time, right? Yep. Man, even the weekend warrior races that are 60 miles or so, donuts, you'll see I have 3 sandwiches in my pocket, right? You fuel. I mean, the better condition your body is in, the more efficient it burns the fuel. So as it's burning off fuel, you have to replace it. And if you're not replacing it, I mean, you'll get into problems. I've had my share of problems as well. So you try to learn and fix those problems. But for the young guys, when you start, make sure you're carrying all the food and all the nutrition that you can possibly fit in your pockets. You shouldn't be really racing with a speed suit on cross country. You should be racing in a regular jersey top and bottom with 3 pockets, and you have those loaded up. So that would be my kind of my suggestion to these guys.
Well, the one thing I just practice, I just carry 2 bottles upon the bike, plus I still have I carry 150 bottle full with Gatorade or whatever in my thing, plus 1 pouch water. And but I practice with ride with the weight from that especially if you're an attached rider, you want to start with, you want to carry enough liquid and food from the start. But if you practice it, become normal. But if you wait for race day, for go load up, you want to say, you want to throw everything off your bike, you want to say the bike too heavy, they go. But remember, you use it to lighten up as you go along too.
Absolutely.
But that idea of having station people on the highway, on the side of the road, that you could say, okay, this person there by mile 20, I want to look out for a person and grab my refreshment. One next one there by mile 30, I want to grab that. And so that's very smart.
Yeah, well, I do it all the time. If you notice in the Pro Peloton, it's not necessarily they have people stationed along the roads. You have the feed zones and giving them the bottles. So that's where I picked that up from, and I think it made perfect sense. I don't have to worry about going to the back or worry about if my service vehicle is all the way in the back. I don't have to worry about that. I know that at mile X, I have a battle coming up. You know, and I'll be, you work with those folks to give you the sign, so when they see the peloton, they'll make themselves visible. So it's an easy transition, and I think we should do we could definitely use that for the smaller teams, and I think that'll help them out greatly.
Yeah, that's definitely some great
Yeah.
information. So maybe I want your pick for this in the it could be any other categories. But I know you're more familiar with the elite riders.
Okay.
You have a top 5 that you are picking for the Belmopan.
Yeah, so Andrew, we haven't seen a start list yet, a registration list, but I think it's mainly local riders, right? So I would expect the same guys to be around. Like I said, definitely Derek Chavarria is riding phenomenal right now, as we can see. Just coming off the tour in Dominican Republic. So if I had a team that was competing in this race and wanted to do well, he's one of the guys that I would keep my eyes on, right? So Derek, obviously JION, they make a very good 1-2 combo. You have Oscar Quiros, who's riding extremely well. Carlton Robinson, as we can see, is riding extremely well. Giovanni Lovell, he's putting in some work. He will be around, definitely be around. I don't know if I see him winning necessarily, but he will be around. Some of the other guys that could be around early would be Byron Pope, definitely. It seems to be a race that he always rides very well, the Belmopan Classic. Then Jocelyn Chavarria Jr. been riding well, so he should be around. Don't take your eyes off Nation Isigiri. He's going to be a dark horse coming into cross country, but this is a race where he can definitely get a top 10 finish. I know Nation's been putting in the work now consistently, and I think by Sunday he should be in some decent form. Dijon Hyde, I can see him in a break as well. He's been training well. This is one of his target race that he's been targeting as far as coming back and performing in this race. So those are the guys. No stranger to the watch list, right? So if you're a guy that's trying to do well in this race, those are the folks you want to be around.
Well, I think I have one next side. I believe, and this is my thing. I believe that I have one rider like Oscar, one rider like JION really want to go for this win. You have a surprise rider, maybe one of the reason is 1 week later, then have the massive Rumble in the Jungle, and that gives them a great prize. And I think that this coming Sunday, the big teams will allow their domestics to get their little glory.
Could possibly be.
Yeah. That's the way I see it, and I think some of the smaller teams will have the opportunity to get on the podium. So I don't really have a top 5, but we have some of the surprises this Sunday. I believe that the bigger teams will give their domestics some kind of a little rein to go out and test their legs. I believe the guys are going to save their legs for next weekend race and the big cross country. So
yeah, I think I can see that as well, Andrew. You can have, depending on how the race plays out, because if you have an early break, let's say an early break from representation from these teams, let's say a Goran Gabriel get in the break, you have Byron Popitz in the break, you have Atli Lozano, you have in the break, maybe Dylan Levy is in the break, Dijon Hyde is in the break, right? Those guys, the peloton might just back off and leave those guys out there, right? Like you said, and look forward to the following weekend. So that it can play out as well that way. Last year, the top 3 on the elite podium was Wasani Castro, Atli Lozano was second, and Dijon Hyde was third. So I would expect. I don't think Wasani is coming back to defend his title, but Dijon and Atli Lozano, they can definitely make good accountability of themselves. So we'll see how that plays out. Like you said, I can definitely see that perspective as well.
No, when it comes to the juniors, I think the juniors they went out full war. They'll be the same set of guys who want to war, and also the ladies there. So I was very pleased with the result of young Chelsea Gillett last week. Oh, and a slip up last week. I saw my big up both JION and young Ariel Garden. They are both back-to-back champion in the catchable race. So
we did mention that.
I did.
Yeah,
Why? By Reynolds bad, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I said, man, I never big up my Lee friend. But big up me. But the junior will be very competitive because these are young, hungry guys who want showcase themselves. So they're going on full war, and I don't know that G-Flow team when they're on fire. So part G-Flow you have we have Devin Major, we have young the Ahmad Charrington, the Lee boy we just joined a team.
Bosano?
No, he in Agriga. When Malachi Maivit.
Okay.
Yeah. And they have a next young rider coming up good from Jasha and Aldana, both from Georgeville. They are nice riders who come up. From the Griga cycling team, of course, we have Aiden Bosana, we have Tamron Morris. They're the two top riders for Griga. From Team Valvoline, of course, we have young Keith Enright Jr. and young Devin Major, right? Where one showcase themselves. Which other young junior team about?
So Devin is with G-Flow though.
G-Flow, yeah. He was at G-Flow.
So you have Keith Enright Jr. and you have Jaheim Lewis
from
Valvoline. So I think probably might be between, I don't know. It seems like Devin Major and Keith Enright's been sharing the wins, right? You had Devin Major winning the Creme Classic. And then you have Keith Enright Jr. winning
the catchable.
Who won the Valentine's?
The Valentine's, who won it overall? But I think we brains bad. You remember when I think that's the Devin Major, if I'm not sure.
Was it Devin? It could have been Devin. Yeah. But yeah, they've been sharing the wins, so I would expect that to continue. Again, those guys are, in my opinion, they're riding right now at a little bit higher level than the other guys. In my opinion, I don't know if you agree with that as well.
Yep, I have to agree with you.
Yeah, it seems so, and it all depends on kind of how the race plays out. If Devin has a little bit more help than Keith, and then Devin gets to win, and vice versa, right? So it's been interesting. One of the elite guys that we're missing for Sunday in the elite category, who can definitely pull off the win, is the young baby assassin.
Jalen Baby.
Yeah, we didn't call his name, so I apologize for that, but he's definitely going to be around as well. And he's one of those guys who, not a team leader, but can, like I said, be given an opportunity on Sunday. So we'll see how that plays out. But Andrew would like to see on behalf of the As the Wheels Turn show here, first off, recognition for the to the Cycling Federation of Belize for putting together this 44th annual Belmopan Cycling Classic in partnership with WestRock. So congratulations to them, for another year allowing these guys to showcase their talent, and also to all the teams participating. May they have a successful race.
Yeah. And we never touched upon the ladies, but I know Francine Gigley. I have Francine Gigley winning the women elite, and then the youth girls will definitely be war again too. We have young Ariel Garden, we have young Irene Baki, we have young Leonie Choto, we have young Chelsea Gillett. Then are the four riders were really the red, at the next level. We don't know much. As I said, we don't have a starting list so far, so we can't say who all on ride. But I definitely know that it will be a nice event on Sunday.
Yep, looking forward to it. It'll be nice to be on the sidelines and not participating.
Yeah. So do you want to take a break, and then when you come back, prize giveaways?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. One more thing I wanted to mention, George, if you can put that flyer up there, the meet and greet.
Oh yeah.
The meet and greet. Well, no, fly on the
Video.
Oh, it's a video. I think there's a flyer as well, but let's look.
Yeah. I don't have the flyer. I don't want to be honest. I could play the video for the video.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Once we go off the break, then we'll play that video. Then.
Okay.
Anything in addition you'd like to say about that event?
About
The event.
For the
meet and greet, yeah.
Oh, of course, it will be an awesome event. Tickets are available at Angela's Press. I think it's $3 for kids and $20 for adults. You can go and meet your cycling favorite, your stars, the guys who are always here upon the live. You can meet them in person, get autograph, wish them well. So, all the riders will be there. Mr. Bowman is providing free food for all registered riders who will be taking part. So you have riders coming in from abroad, or some Belizean Americans. You have some foreigners maybe might be in by then. Hopefully the cross-country champion should be here defending his title. But yes, man, go out and support. It will be a fun full day at Bird's Eye, right? At Bird's Eye it will be. So thank you again, Mr. Oswald Bowman. With that initiative, so meet and greet your favorite rider.
Excellent, great event. So with that, we're going to take a break, and this break is brought to you by Andrew Adonis Bike Shop. Reach out to the Andrew Adonis Bike Shop for all your repair needs, and 3.14 pies, the best pies in the city.
Bike Chat, Oswald Bowman and family present the Pre-Cross Country Meet and Greet Family Sunday.
Let's get it.
And it's all going down Sunday, April 13th at the Bird's Eye from 4 p.m. until. Meet your favorite cyclists. Live entertainment from the Super Furia Band. Along with Doggy King.
She come to tell me. She say me, say she say.
And musical niceness from Mr. Frisco and Bigger Ford. There's gonna be a kids section with Bouncy Castle and more. Plenty of giveaways throughout the day. Bring out the entire family. Call 611-8294 for food vendor stall availability. Sunday, April 13th, a pre-cross country meet and greet family Sunday at the Bird's Eye, starting at 4 p.m. Don't miss it. Bike Chat, Oswald Bowman and family present the Pre-Cross Country Meet and Greet Family Sunday.
Let's get it.
And it's all going down Sunday, April 13th at the Bird's Eye from 4 p.m. until. Meet your favorite cyclists. Live entertainment from the Super Furia Band. Along with Doggy King.
She come to tell me. She say me, say she say.
And musical niceness from Mr. Frisco and Bigger Ford. There's gonna be a kids section with Bouncy Castle and more. Plenty of giveaways throughout the day. Bring out the entire family. Call 611-8294 for food vendor stall availability. Sunday, April 13th, a pre-cross country meet and greet family Sunday at the Bird's Eye, starting at 4 p.m. Don't miss it.
Welcome back, the boy watch your face as I come back. Any live stream Sunday, Mr. Ruben Martinez. Cycling and Belize can go to live stream, but like I mentioned, that's the Cycling Federation have answered that. I don't know how they do it. If the race where I control or where the organizers ask me, I go live stream. But once the Cycling Federation, they call the shot. So I don't know if they do the studio thing or what they're gonna do, or if they have me out there on the motorbike. So I await a call from the Cycling Federation. So I don't have control over that, but definitely be some kind of streaming on Sunday.
Andrew, with that being said, what do you prefer, being that you are more experienced in that?
I always prefer. I know people say you shouldn't be out on the cycle, it's dangerous, and but it's more fun to me. I can bring the excitement better when I'm out there because I can see the moves, I can see the body language of the cyclists. I could look up and down, and it's that like some people say some people say, oh, like Tour de France, but Tour de France, Tour de France are multi-million dollars thing they have one plane with a top, then they have the helicopter, then they have all the motorcycles. So we can afford that, but our style of streaming is very exciting because some fans and they watch the Tour de France and the guys just talk. You don't really know anything, but when you could right out there seeing every pedal movement, every attacks, everything, that's the fun that people like. And so because we have started this streaming, we're part to have the excitement when people don't want to say certain things. This is how people say, we don't care about double screen, we're about this, we want the excitement from start to finish, and that's what the people I love. So you know, things are subject to change, but like I said, I don't have control over these events. Any event that any private people have race ask me, you know, yes, I will do it, but once it comes to any race controlled by the Cycling Federation, it's their call, so you know, it's beyond my control.
Yeah, I'd love to see them perhaps, you know, integrate you more into their broadcasting, you know, instead of just relegated to the studio, but perhaps keep you in your element and also have that studio piece as well, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can be out there giving the live feeds, and you can also probably kick it back to the studio. Because I've seen some broadcasting like that where when it's your turn to get the action, you're there in the you know, on the front line getting the action, and then it's time for like some more commentary or something like that.
Right.
Perhaps commentate on a different race, then you can always kick it back into the studio. So would something like that maybe work?
Probably.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something, the cycling fans at Belize, they spoil, and even I get a lot of calls from international, and the majority of our international cycling fans we want uninterrupted service. They want uninterrupted
Continuous
service because
reporting.
they don't want, and that's what happened. They said they don't no commercial. They want, we can aspire with that, right? So they say straight and plain, they don't want to see no commercial. They want, and because they said the same time they go to commercial, something happened, right? and that we start. And I explained to the federation approached me already, and I tell them, listen to me, what you guys are trying. It sounds nice, I said, but the fans are not happy with it. We're going to get a lot of bashing from it. So the streaming is the streaming with play-by-play action is a new thing. Regardless of studio stuff, people don't like the studio stuff. They don't like it. And they say, we don't care. We don't want no studio stuff. So, but it's like I said, it's beyond my control. I just do. If they put me in a studio, I go in a studio. If I live on the road, I go on the road. So.
But the only thing is then, how do they generate revenue then? How do they generate revenue and perhaps acknowledge your sponsors? Would that be just on the live stream like you typically do it?
Well, what the federation would do, they would grab my feed and rebroadcast it and then run the sponsors on the bottom.
Okay.
But if they're not a lot of sponsors, they can give me a list, and I could say, okay, sponsored by D-Wade, sponsored by this, sponsored by, you know, just come down the line. I can, you know, I have a board and I have all the sponsors' name on it, and some people like that because they are seeing the race and they are hearing me say, okay, boom, 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 boom. It can be done. It's a multiple.
What about this scenario? What about the federation open up the live streaming, and let's say pick 3 different live streamers per se and said, okay, here's the fee. Here's the fee. If you guys want to cover the race, we'll allow you media rights for the race then. So Andrew, if you want to cover the race, it's going to cost you X amount of dollars, and then you do it however you want to do it. Would that work? Would that? And then you can actually get your own sponsorship for that live stream, and you can sell yours, whatever you want to do. You can sell to sponsors. But would that work then?
Well, you see my feedback, though. I don't have to have somebody. I could have somebody in studio where I want to take my feed and put up the sponsors in, but it come at a cost, and so yes, you will have to have somebody in studio. They put it up.
No, but kind of what I was saying is you then. Let's say for your fans and all the fans want to see what you are doing from a live stream perspective. Then perhaps they can sponsor the live stream.
Oh yeah.
So they can sponsor the live stream and then compensate you for being out there, right? So maybe that format would work. But then Federation would have to open up and said, Andrew, do your thing. Now you will kind of figure out how to do your thing, right?
Well, they had approached me already, and they approached me, and I think for one of the race, I think I'm in the cross country, they said, we'll pay you X amount of money to win it, but we prefer that you do it on our page. They don't want to do it on my personal page. So they said, well, we just want to pay you, and then you go work for we.
Okay.
But if the other way around, I come and just, they don't give me nothing, they charge me, I'd have to pay it. Then I say, okay, Andrew, we want X amount of dollars, you pay we, and then you get your sponsors. But they don't want that, because from what I saw in the past, they want to get the views. That's what I saw in the past. But like I said, I'm not fighting with anyone. I'm just providing a service for cycling fans.
Understood. Well, I mean, you're doing a great service. You're the professional, and the most experienced person here in Belize doing this. So perhaps if that's the road you want to take, perhaps you'd have to put a kind of a monetary value on that and said, okay, Federation, if you want me to do it, I have no problem with that, but it's going to cost you X amount of dollars, and we can definitely put the feed on the Federation page.
Yeah.
Ideally, how it should work is basically the Federation should say, okay, all right, for this race, we own the race, we own the rights to the race. All right, for any media that wants to broadcast the race, this will be the fee, right? One set fee, whatever the fee is, and that's how they make money from their race. So they collect the fee. Let's say it's, I don't know, $1,500 for the race, for you to take on the race. You go ahead and you pay them the $1,500. You recoup that money through sponsorship. Maybe your people are going to sponsor you and pay you your time. And perhaps you can generate maybe $5,000 that day, right? You give them $1,500, and for all your other expenses and to compensate yourself, you're left with $3,500. That's just one scenario I'm looking at. But we kind of want to discuss how to get there, because what the viewers want and what everyone wants would be you on the bike live streaming as you do all the other races, right? So what would make sense, for the Federation, for you to get there? That's the discussion that needs to happen. But that's what needs to happen, right? Going to the studio is not working. The fans don't like it. I wonder if it's really, is the Federation really making a lot of money from that route?
I'm not sure.
Are we looking at that? You know what I mean? Who's looking at the numbers there? Does that make sense, or are we just pushing that initiative because that's the way we think we should be going and making it more professional? I don't know. Perhaps the Federation would be able to achieve their goal of getting revenue from the race by, like I said, basically selling the rights to the race and having you do your thing, and then you find your own sponsors and you find out how to compensate yourself by your work, and also giving the fans what they need, right? So but that's a conversation that
well, I think we have to really talk about
and then iron it out. You're a nice guy, Andrew, and you just love what you're doing. I don't think you're putting any pressure on anyone.
No, I know.
So I think in a way they're just kind of using you in whatever way they think is best. But perhaps you should maybe
because you see what happened one. I know it's time to go on. We give a prize, right? So we'll give a prize short there and be quick, right? What one media host come to me and say, Andrew, we cannot compete with you when it comes to the excitement on the tarmac. We realize that radio is far gone. So when you have different radio stations where they try to cover it on radio, people don't want it because, first of all, some of the guys, they might go out there, go cover a race, that they just come up there for the whole Saturday race, and they don't know nothing about cyclists, they don't know it. But because I live cycling, I could call the shots, I could tell you who I think will win, and most of the time I'm right, and I could go and talk, non-stop and keep while they say the guys, then they run jokey and they not understand the race, so the radio station come to me and say, Andrew, I can't compete with you. He said, but for we run races, we need to get sponsors. and getting sponsors mean taking a break from the race and running sponsor and people get mad. And that are the way things change. You know, it kind of unfair, yes, to the media houses. It's unfair, but that's the way of life. What Elon Musk do, he make electric cars and Emmanuel sell gas. I say, man, this man, they mess up my business. It's a part of people get upset in a life. Over everything, people get upset in a life. But there are certain things that, someday they have something better with part, they never need me anymore neither. You understand? But it's just the reality of life, right? So, but at this time, people just love uninterrupted streaming. So that's my take. Yeah.
Exactly.
Dima could win a prize because we could go all night both these things. So
yes, more to come on that topic.
Yeah.
Let's see how it plays out this
Right.
this Sunday. Right. All right. So we'll get into our fun segment of the show, Andrew. These questions again are provided by Elston Wade Jr. from beautiful Birmingham Landing. Thank you very much again for your contribution. Question number 1. What are we giving away?
I'm going to give you a magazine and a catchable pen. What part I have there?
All right,
Yeah,
a Bible, cycling Bible, and a catch the ball pen. Beautiful orange catch the ball pen. How old was the junior cyclist Ariel Rosado when he won the Creme Classic, and what year was it? Again, how old was the junior cyclist Ariel Rosado when he won the Creme Classic, and what year was it?
Got the bell? Yeah, got the bell right there. That's supposed to be easy, right?
We would think, all right? Ariel Rosado.
Yeah, more than one. People have to put the age. Alright, they put the age on the yano.
Got it?
They're not getting it, but somebody else, some people just put the age, but the age.
One line, guys, one line. In one comment. One comment. George is a pretty strict judge. So just be careful. It's nice, don't it? Sweatband.
Yes, yeah. I think I use for all kind of thing. Nice Nike.
Yeah.
You gotta wait up.
Yeah, winner. Ring the bell, lady.
Hernan
Yeah.
Ocheta.
Here, remember that good car? I think Herlan made the ride wrong that time there.
Hernan?
Yes, I hope Herlan come back on the bike, man. The man may very
Is he
very
local?
strong. Yeah, for Kayo. Herlan,
Okay.
yeah, very strong young man from
Excellent,
Kayo.
excellent. The answer, 16 years old, and it was in 2000. Junior cross country. I'm sorry, Junior Creme Classic. Question number 2.
Question number 2, you win a bottle and a nice Nike headband. Tight anyway, you tie it on a hand, on a head, wherever you want to tie it, on a waist.
Nice.
Nice material today. It's a Nike brand. Okay, so I read that question. The question reads, what is Mateo's best finish in the cross-country race, and what year was it? What is Mateo's best finish in the cross-country race, and what year was it? Two-part question again, one line. So repeating for the third time, what was Mateo Cruz's best finish in the cross-country, and what year was it? And you win yourself that beautiful bottle and that head tie. Two of the riders we mentioned were teammates. They left us. The man upstairs, the master of the race.
Yeah.
You realize very well Team Santino's riders there.
True. Unfortunate.
Unfortunate, yeah. These are guys who are probably mad right there. Winner?
Anderson, watch out.
Yes, third, two. Yes, Keith, that's correct. Ring the bell, D.
Keith Anderson. Well done, Keith.
Okay, the third question, you win a beautiful Alfred Parks bottle.
Nice. I have one of those too, don't
Yeah,
I?
this
Real nice.
from the Alfred Parks family.
Question number 3, Andrew, for that beautiful bottle. Where was the starting point of the cross-country races from 1928 to 1943? Where was the starting point of the cross-country races from 1928 to 1943? That might be a difficult one.
But yeah, win a nice battle. From Big Up the Alfred Park Sketchy Bull crew. But the family said the race will be bigger and brighter next year.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't think it could get any bigger.
Just like that?
Winner?
That valid, right?
Makasih? Yeah, that valid.
Seven before that. City Council, that's not correct.
No, he says
So it'd be more.
he said in front of the Belize Supreme Building,
Yeah.
which is the court. So Mr. Lennox Spence.
Lennox Spence, good
yeah,
job.
Yeah. All right, here will be the last one. That's a Bolido, right? The last one, somebody will win a batcha powder bun. Okay, all right, yeah.
A batch of bun character, the person I win a batch of bun. So you make
Powder bun, what about 15 powder bun you get?
I got put Bolido as so.
So that's what I say, you win some powder bun, right? I have to get back in the kitchen.
If I put numbers before, and I'll pick up the number.
Oh yeah, so
Because that rule when I said earlier, I want to implement that for true.
yeah, so if you put up a number and the correct number before the Bolido start, you can't win it. That not work. So when I don't ask the question, when the number show up.
Exactly.
So
yeah, you can only answer after the question.
after the question,
All right,
because
guys.
somebody play smart, right? Then
Yeah.
say what? We go play Bolido. We are play.
like Ahmad did last week.
Yes. So the number lies between 75 and 100. 75 and 100. Anybody get the lucky number, win yourself a batcha Bolido.
That's easy.
I mean, batcha Bolido, batcha powder bun.
That's easy. That's only 25. That's only 25.
Yeah.
25 is not the, 25 is not the answer.
Hey, that's up there.
Wait, but
I can't win.
Send that random number up there. He got doubled it.
no double dip, Keith.
Yeah, you can't double dip, Keith.
Well,
Yeah.
that is not over the Bolido because.
Not really. Next one up when.
Alright, the
George.
person will get it Errol Diaz next.
All right.
See, there's some.
Yeah. Why,
boy.
George? You get too excited back there.
Bolido hours are pressure.
And it's difficult to remember who just win, right?
Errol.
Yeah, difficult because then I just look out for the number. My eyes will look out for who to say.
But you know what? We have the best fans in the world. They're so excited to play this game, but we just have to remind them that no double dipping, right? So once you win, you can't win again.
Errol, please take my number so call me and tell me when you're confident because you have to make fresh. I not like your count 2 days later for when you have to come fresh. So my number is 608-3290. Please contact me and tell me, Mr. Dones, I want me put a certain time. This weekend full, so you have to be in the next week.
Right.
And coming up, start to make cross. One can know the Easter come up so and they make some cross. One someone give one cross, you want 2 cross, one in a coming shows, no?
Any put up on a cross one for your co-host?
Of course, yeah, I'm bringing that on the show for you. You know, to worry about that.
Nice,
That's
nice.
man. You're more than welcome.
Yeah, you guys rough, man. They put a bun, cross bun, the pies.
Well,
Amazing.
I don't promise Mr. Singh one pie. So when Mr. Singh they come to Belize or anybody going to the States, please make contact me and get the lemon pie.
Yeah, and Raymond, if you come personally, I will escort you to get your pie and I cast you a slice.
Yeah.
I should have waited. That's the only thing I've done with.
Yeah. I'll make a few extra Keita. Make sure you always stop at the shop. You're one of our top fans where visit us at the shop.
Keith's the man. He visit you at the shop. He visit us at races.
You know what he tell me? He said when Thursday night come, he lock me. He said, "Don't bother me.
Yeah.
Don't bother me. This is my time. The show and the show they on.
Nice.
You know bother me." But time flies, like we said. Quick thing, the night is out.
Wow.
Great show again. Great cycling fans, great comments. We want to thank you all for tuning in. You want to say some closing words, Lee?
Certainly. You know what, Andrew? Every week I notice that we always go over the time because we're having so much fun talking about cycling and interacting with our fans. You know, with great fans like Raymond Singh and Kristen Sabaranas, Elston Wade and Keith Anderson and Rita Thompson and
Stuart Arnold.
Joshua Parks and everyone else.
Yeah, the Juice.
But we could go, we can list names and names and names. You know, and it's good that they interact on the show, that we actually know these names. And you know, when you guys come to Belize or you know, come to a race, definitely don't hesitate or don't be shy to say hello.
Yes, man, come by.
We definitely like meeting people and hearing about the show, and you know, definitely if there's things that we can do better that you guys want to hear, you know, let us know. Things that we're doing well, let us know as well. With that, I just want to leave you guys with hey, just remember, life is definitely precious, guys. Let's not take it for granted. Let's continue to spread love, you know, and respect for one another. Treat people the way you like to be treated, because you know, every interaction with another human being can be the last interaction that you may have with that individual or that individual may have with you. So let's try to make that as pleasurable and pleasant as possible. And with that, again, thanks to the best viewers in the world for making this show so exciting. I'm very excited every Thursday night to be a part of it and to interact with you guys. Thank you. I can't wait until next Thursday. Have a good night.
Yeah. With that said, Dee, I express the views that you express also, and I know there's a surprise coming up. You can't mention it, but there's some surprise coming up for as the wheel turns. So
There is.
Yep. So there's some surprise coming up. So thank you, the fans, when it happened, and I see it. Again, I want to thank all you beautiful fans, all the people supporting cycling. Like I said, we are here to have fun. We don't want to share negative things. We want to see positive things. We know the young kids coming up, we want them to get involved in sports, not only cycling, but whatever sports. I mean, watching canoe race was an exciting event. And I big kudos to each and every single person that got in that canoe and paddled 175 miles in over 4 days. I mean, I imagine how ache their legs and, you know, not legs, their arms, you know, paddling. And I was surprised when I saw the young lady that, I think she finished what? They finished third in the, I think that, because they finished in the top 3, right? They had 2 males and 1 female that finished third. I mean, they were young lady.
Overall?
Overall,
Wow,
yes. I've got her team name, and she tell her story how she got into canoeing. That she lost a child and she was very disappointed. She was heartbroken, and her husband tell her, you know, come join canoe, and she joined it and did impressive. And these are stories that,
What an amazing story.
yeah, those are stories that, you know, need to be told and you know, say how people can make good out of a bad situation. So we encourage people. You know, we want the crime to stop. You know, we will do our best to spread love through sports, and so that's what I live for. We live for to show love to our fellow human being. With that said, again, thank you, George, behind the scene. Lex can make it. I want to thank Rochelle out there, taking care of the kids, and my beautiful wife out there. You know, traverse up, you know, my husband travel all alone, so when the entire family did there in Chicago. All you cycling fans, thank you. Have a blessed night. Be safe.
As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling.